the ball. Alright, if you're not going to touch it again, I'm going to cut off. I can see you're still standing over there by it. So just touch it. Touch it.
Period. You cannot abridge that right. We have the right not to be spied on by our own government for having political opinions that people in power disagree with. Period. And anyone who tries to take those rights away is a far greater threat to this country than anyone who showed up on the Capitol on January 6th. Period. And everybody should say that because it's true.
Are you trying to turn the light on? If you are, knock on something.
Principles that form the basis of American history and culture and life. And when they cease to be at the center of our national life, you all leave. Because it's not worth living in a country. Well, if you thought Joe Biden's inauguration meant the end of fascism in this country, we've got some bad news for you. It turns out fascism is still alive and well, and it's highly concentrated in the Pacific Northwest. Last night in Portland and Seattle, Antifa members once again attacked Starbucks and then turned their attention to the headquarters of the Oregon Democratic Party. Police made more than a dozen arrests. One person was carrying a large knife, bear mace, gas mask, and a collapsible baton. Another, police said, had a backpack full of Molotov cocktails. So this looks a little different from what we've seen earlier in the year. Maybe now the Democrats run everything, they won't be so pro-Antifa? Just a guess. Jason Rantz has been on this story since the first day. He's a radio show host in Seattle, and he joins us tonight with a prediction on that. Jason, good to see you. It seems like more of a crackdown than we've seen before. By the way, I'm in favor of cracking down on violent crazies like Antifa. But
sit on the ball.
The response has changed maybe a little bit. I think it looks a little bit more aggressive than we've seen in the past. The question is, will they actually keep up with it? Because in the past, any time that police have gotten...
Touch the clear ball. It'll come on, and I can see you clearly that way.
Too aggressive. We had a case just last night with one of the arrests where the person who apparently told police that he admitted to breaking into the Starbucks was just released by a judge on his own personal recognizance. So they're not taking this seriously outside of these arrests, which just means it's going to continue and continue and continue. And as you have these conversations about, the Democrats saying that they want to root out domestic terrorism and they're focusing on white nationalists and militia right-wingers, we have a literal group of domestic terrorists.
There you go. Thank you.
On Twitter, not Parler, but on Twitter and Facebook.
Thank you. Do it again real quickly. Prove to people that you're doing it.
Black bloc. They all dress exactly the same, and they have a radical ideological perspective. If you want to root out domestic terrorism, you go after Antifa instead of pretending that it's a mythical group created by the right, or it's simply an idea whose ideas are so damaging that buildings end up collapsing once they utter them. It's absolutely ludicrous.
At some point, I'd love for you to put the camera. We're out of time, unfortunately, but I hope you'll come back and just get a camera and show us what downtown Seattle and Portland will look like after months of unrestrained lunacy. I'm serious. Those are great American cities, and what do they look like now? I hope you'll come back with that. Jason Rand. Absolutely. Thank you. Well, you've been hearing about reparations for years, something Al Sharpton used to talk about a lot, but the name of something called equity, what does that mean? There's a new push for something called voting reparations. It sounds crazy, but what we've learned, don't dismiss anything. Possibly. That's straight ahead.
Every time I'm playing with Voya, it keeps me moving forward. They guide me with achievable steps that give me confidence. This is my granddaughter. She's cute like her grandpa. Voya doesn't just help me get to retirement, they're with me all the way through it.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
Uh-oh, there you go. Slow slicing fruits, veggies, and those stinky onions that bring you to tears. But not anymore. Introducing NutriChopper, the compact handheld speed slicer that cuts up to 10 times quicker than a knife. Watch. You can have one slice or 10 perfect slices at